For this lesson we have steep turns. Another thing to mention for all these maneuvers, we're going to want to make a radio call, whenever we're in the area that we are doing these maneuvers, so that other traffic is aware that we're doing them. Altitude for steep turns, I suggest being a little higher for these, around 3,000, or about 3,000 feet AGL should be sufficient for these maneuvers. You're going to want to do clearing turns as well in addition to the radio calls. Make sure you do both the radio calls and clearing turns for your check ride, because you can get busted for not doing either of those. So airspeed is going to be similar to the ground reference maneuvers. We're going to be probably close to 90 to 100 knots below our maneuvering speed still, and we're going to be straight and level. We got to select a heading, so I'm going to probably use this mountain that we have ahead of us for these steep turns, and that heading is going to be about due west, about 260, 270, somewhere in there for these. Really, a steep turn is just a 45-degree bank angle turn. We're going to do, and those are going to be 360-degree turns either direction. So we'll start to the left for this, roll to 30 degrees to start us out in the turn, and then once that's stable, we're going to add a little bit of power, add a little bit of nose up trim, and then we are going to continue the turn to 45 degrees bank angle and circle all the way back around and end on our final heading that we started on. Now, the goal with this is to not lose altitude, try to stay at whatever altitude we were at, and also end up on the same heading, and maintain that bank angle throughout the turn as well. Once we level back out after the turn, we're going to want to pull power back and put that trim back down to normal. Just level out like we were before we entered the turn, and have everything back to normal. And that's the basics of steep turns: one to the left, one to the right, and that should be about it. You will feel some G-forces in the actual airplane, especially if you're losing or gaining altitude while you're first trying these out. Other than that, these maneuvers can be pretty fun, so enjoy and watch this demonstration of how to do a steep turn. Alright, so here we go for the steep turns. We're at about 7,000 feet, and power looks good, airspeed's alright. So we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to roll to that 30-degree bank angle to start out with. Roll to that 30 degrees, we're going to pull up, we're going to add a little bit of power, a little bit of nose up trim. We're going to keep it, and we're just going to try and paint the horizon line here is really what we're trying to do. Also not, we're going to be in that 45-degree bank angle while not losing or gaining too much altitude. Just trying to balance that out. While we do that, we're also going to roll out here back on that same mountain heading that we started out at. Decrease the power back to where we were before, put that nose down, trim back in. There's an example of a steep turn to the left. So we're going to stabilize everything, make sure our wings level, make sure everything looks good before we start that turn to the right. Airspeed looks good. Altitude, we dropped down a little bit, but we're still okay. We're going to try to enter this right turn around 7,000 feet again. So we'll go ahead and do that now. So we're going to enter the right turn, roll to 30, add that power, add a little bit of nose up trim. Just try and paint that horizon line. You don't want to be looking down, you want to be looking at the horizon, keeping that 45-degree turn coming. Try not to lose or gain any altitude. Just keep it coming all the way around. Right at that 45. We'll bring it back around here and start to roll back out. So we roll back on that west heading right towards the mountain. Bring our power back down a little bit, put our trim back down, and there we go. A demonstration of steep turns to the left and to the right, which is what you will perform on your check ride. If you have any questions or comments on this maneuver, please feel free to comment down in the comment section below on this lesson, and thank you so much for watching.